Welcome back, everyone. I see this channel has grown relatively quickly, and I am very thankful for all of you who have made the wise choice to join the EGGMAN Empire. Another wise decision you loyal badniks have made is for me to make this specific video. If you don't already know, I every so often post a poll in the community tab of my channel that you can use to vote on the next video. I strongly encourage this, as voting on these polls can tell me what you guys really want to see here, and I'll be more than happy to provide you guys with the content user request. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. As you may know, the history of Metal Sonic dates back to Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, technically. While Silver Sonic isn't really Metal Sonic, it's still the first introduction to the metal counterpart concept. Anyway, as I was saying, Silver Sonic is still the first iteration of Metal, as this dude debuted in Sonic 2 for the Game Gear in 1992, where he is the final line of Robotnik's defense and holds the last Chaos Emerald. This little noodle-armed fella has a sleek silvered body, hence the name, and claw arms. Soon after, in the Sonic 2 that people actually talk about, we get Mecha Sonic Mark I. He's in the final stage as the last line of defense before Robotnik unleashes the Death Egg robot. This dude was directly inspired by Mechagodzilla, as you could imagine, and has a singular iris, which I see as a really cool design choice, as well as his saw blade quills. I'm actually quite bummed this one is glossed over so often, because I actually quite like it. So, next up is one that some of you in the audience have been waiting for, Mecha Sonic Mark II. This guy is cool as ice and was invented by Dr. Robotnik for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and he only appears in Sky Sanctuary Zone in that game, as the boss is that zone has and is best described as a complete upgrade. He looks more menacing, he's more advanced, more aggressive, anything you could possibly want. Also, I just really like his design in general. I think the skeletal frame contributes to the quote-unquote menacing vibes this guy gives off. Also, he has a super transformation. That's just awesome. Now for the one and only Metal Sonic. This guy is unlike anything you've ever seen before. He's new, he's sleek, he's the most advanced thing Robotnik has ever built, until Frontiers, but we'll get to her when we get to her. And most importantly of all, he's cool as hell. This time, instead of trying to beat Sonic in a matter of strength, Metal matches regular Sonic in a matter of speed. He was really built to match Sonic in every aspect, including the look, which I know I already called him sleek 71 words ago, but this is a good descriptor. He is like a dark reflection of Sonic with the color scheme, the inverted eyes, replacing his skin and glove color with yellows and grays. Nothing I can say hasn't already been said. He's cool. Another notable character I found was this guy from the Archie comics, and it's Shard the Metal Sonic. Now, I don't read comic books, let alone the Archie comics, but I did some research, and apparently this guy was the original Metal Sonic, and one day he chose to sacrifice himself for the safety of Sonic and Tails, was seemingly destroyed, and was rebuilt by the Freedom Fighters and gained a moral conscience, and thus became a good guy. I honestly really like the look of this guy, and think he has a cool backstory, I guess. Now for, by far, my favorite appearance of this dude, in Sonic Heroes. In the main stories of the game, Metal Sonic isn't really a part of it until the very end, where, spoiler alert for a 21-year-old game, Metal turns out to be the real bad guy, and all the times we fought Robotnik, just holograms. I really like the idea of Metal Sonic turning against Eggman and being the final boss as Metal Madness and Metal Overlord, both of which I find are pretty dang cool because, well, they look badass and they seem like pretty fun final bosses. I haven't played the game myself, so I wouldn't know. This also basically spells out why Metal Sonic is doing all of this in the first place. He's trying to prove everyone and himself that he is the real Sonic. After that, Metal Sonic is a character he kind of degrades, if I'm being honest. He doesn't appear in any mainline Sonic games for a while. I mean, sure, he cameos in Generations, but I mean, come on, it's a single boss battle. And he really likes popping up in spin-off games, though. But I won't be covering those today. Then he also pops up in Sonic 4 Episodes 1 and 2, but he barely appears in Episode 1, and plays a somewhat important role in Episode 2. Now we move on to 2017 with Sonic Mania and Forces. In Mania, he's only in Stardust Speedway Act 2 as the boss, and in Forces, he's just another single appearance boss fight. That is mid, may I add. This is starting to get embarrassing, man. When will Sega finally start caring about my second favorite character again? In the multiple comics, he's always been doing fine, but like I said earlier, I don't read those. I'll keep this one brief because it's already taken me a very long time to write this script down, but all in all, I think that Metal Sonic was and always has been a really cool character with a really good design in all iterations. It's my second favorite character, like I said a few seconds ago, obviously behind Eggman himself, but recently, I just don't think Sega has given Metal all too much appreciation. He's mostly just been relegated to another boss fight or another race in any given Sonic game. He's never really given an important role in the story anymore, which I feel like is a real bummer, because if Sonic Heroes proved anything, it was that you could make a really killer story revolving around Metal. And I just feel like there would be so many opportunities and things they could build off of that, and so many more stories heavily revolving around Metal Sonic. But, it's whatever, I guess. On the bright side, Metal Sonic will appear in the Sonic 4 movie, so that's something to be excited about. So in summary, the history of Metal Sonic is pretty neat, and he has a lot of cool iterations. So if you like quick history recaps of characters like this video, then make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and remember, after this video goes up, I will set up another poll to vote on the next video. So make sure to go to my community tab and tell me what you'd like to see next. With all that being said, see you in the near future, and long live the Eggman Empire.